Hey, how's it going?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing all right. So I'm going to do a little bit of seven and a little bit of eight, because I want to start with what Fatima does at the end of seven. How much would you say that is coming from just essentially losing her mind over nobody believing her and everything going there, and how much is coming from whatever's inside?
Um, you're gonna need to refresh my memory. All the episodes are blending into each other.
Oh,
Seven is
God, same. The Tilly thing.
okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I think
Yeah.
part of it is what's going on mentally. A lot of it is also what's going on internally. Something else, I'd like to think something else was controlling her, and she just lacked the energy and the strength, I think, to stop it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because it was very, I mean, obviously a character. Um, so then in eight, which I actually had to refresh because I couldn't remember it was eight or nine myself, Elgin says something to her that I think is going to resonate with a lot of people. A couple of things actually. He says, there is, but it's not yours. And then he says something about, this being for the best as she's like screaming, kicking, screaming, trying to get away at the very end there. Um, how is it playing that in the current environment, kind of globally, with women's rights being where they are? It seems like they're just being, aggression everywhere with essentially men saying this is good for you.
Mhm. Someone else actually just asked me this question, and my answer was a lot of just images and videos have been burned into my brain from the past couple of years. Just everything going on with women's freedom of their body and their rights and their existence. Um, but a lot of that was playing a role, as well as it was just instinctual. I think going much further than our fight for our rights. It's been just fighting to survive and to live a normal life and to be able to kick and scream and get away, or just the idea of needing to get away from something, which rings extra true on this in this from world. But yeah, it was kind of lethargic, kind of, or I don't know if that's the word, but it was very empowering being able to speak on that kind of.
Have you at all been worried about how it's going to be received? That this is kind of yet another horror story that plays with pregnancy and women and all these different things?
Yes and no. I had a very extensive talk with our creator of the show, as well as the writer that was brought on. I'm blanking on her name. I was actually just thinking about her earlier today. But we talked about wanting to be very careful with the storyline, not wanting to send a message out there that we don't necessarily mean to, as well as towing the line very carefully to keep it within the realm of this is fiction, this is story, and to not speak on things that we really didn't have the place to be speaking and making statements about. Um, there's a time and place, and a responsibility that comes with speaking those things, and I don't think a TV show that lives in this world has the capability to do it properly. So we try to steer very careful and clear of that. Yeah.
It's really fascinating because it feels like it is speaking about it, but it's probably just because we live in the world and we see things that resonate. Um, so it looks like we gotta wrap up soon-ish. So now that Fatima's down in that root cellar, what can you tease for kind of the very end of the season to people that are going to be just tuning in and watching live?
Uh, buckle up. Um, grab your spit bucket and Good fucking luck. To me, mainly. And
Mm.
also, please, she's trying her best. Don't hate me. I love Tilly just like the rest of you.
Yeah, that was depressing.
Sorry. Welcome to Farmville. Living
Right.
in Canada from here.
All right. Well, I think that's good to go. Thank you very much. And I loved it as much as I was like, oh God, no, with a lot of it. So really loved it the whole season.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
Thank you.